Hi guys, Rickard Storm here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Today I will review The Language of Lust by Lanoff. This is dedicated to helping men just like you getting the girl of your dreams in your bed sheets. If you're a woman, then this is not for you and you will like this review much more. Trust me, you will. Now, what will I cover in this review? I will cover how you can trigger her sexual hot button, examples of hot button phrases to use, which will be available on my blog exclusively, how to treat the woman the right way, why words work on women, what to say on a woman to turn her on, and of course, since this is review, I will also reveal some pros and cons that I have found with this product. But before I reveal everything, if you like this kind of content, please hit that bell notification, click on the subscribe button and smash that bell notification to get notified whenever I upload new videos here on YouTube. You probably already think that you know exactly how to trigger her sexual hot button, don't you? You're wrong, and here's why. If you have read my blog before, you already know what I mean, or if you have listened to my other videos here on YouTube for men, I have revealed a lot about it. Because here's the case, guys. It's not what you do to a woman below her waistline, but rather what you do to her most significant, most prominent, and baddest erogenous zone. Because I'm referring to her brain here. That's her largest erogenous zone. You might not know this, but it is. And more specifically, you should trigger her imagination and how you can use her imagination against her to plant dirty thoughts about you deep inside her mind. So, why is it important to plant dirty thoughts in her mind? You might ask yourself right now. It's important because she would be so incredibly turned on by you that when you are in the sack, she will think about you as the best one she's ever been with. All you need to know is how to trigger her sexual hot button the right way. She will be pulling you into your bedroom before you have the ability to say anything to her. So, does it sound interesting to you? Click the first link in the description below and watch that video. If you want more than just turning her on, you can click the second link in the description below and sign up to my newsletter, which is 100% free, by the way. The two core emotional triggers that women have are that she wants to feel sexually irresistible and she wants to feel adored, but she doesn't want to feel like a slut. And that's key here, guys, because by using some of the hot button phrases that I will cover very soon, you will never meet a woman who doesn't feel unattractive or insecure if you know how to use these words properly. I should say, especially when you think about things like being fat, having low self-esteem, and that she has a significant pressure on herself to always look her best to impress and wearing those cute dresses. Okay, it didn't rhyme. I admit that wasn't really thought through from my perspective. But from a very young age, women are taught that her sexuality is shameful and that it is only allowed to be shared in particular ways that she will be judged about and that she should never explore. It's a route that she better stay off until she is in a safe and sound relationship with the man that she loves. She is also told everywhere about her looks and that her physical appearance is what decides whether she is a good woman or a slut. And remember, women don't want to be known as sluts, and women are very judgmental about other women and how they dress and how they behave in particular. Trust me, I've listened to a lot of women, so I know how they talk about other women. And you probably know that too. What you need to do to overcome this feeling of shame is to make her feel attractive. You also need to make her feel good about herself, rather than ashamed of her sexuality or her body. Trust me, women are very aware of her body and how it looks. In fact, there is probably one part of her body that she is more satisfied with than the rest, and there is one part of her body that she would love to change. For that reason, phrases like, "No, you're not fat," always works on women. I will share some examples with you very soon, so you can get some information about what you should say to her before I cover how you can make her feel adored. And I will also cover some other things, like the pros and cons of the product here. These phrases will make her feel safe about her body and her sexuality and create a much needed safe space for her to help her relax and engage in sexual activities with you, if you know how to use these words properly. And I will give you some examples here. Then she will go anywhere with you. You can do whatever you like with her when you know how to use them. Now, the key here, guys, is that these words that I'm about to say and share with you, they are just phrases to help you get started. It will just bring you inside the door, but not into the sack with her. Because you can become more sexual later on. But I think that starting with these 9 hot button phrases examples are your best bet to get her in the sack as soon as tonight. You have me so turned on just thinking of you. Your body is so beautiful. I love exploring every inch. What are you doing to me? I can't stop thinking about you. Damn, I'm one lucky man. You turn me on like no other woman. I love how much pleasure you give me. You feel so amazing. You know that, right? I find you completely irresistible. And the 9th and final, you have me crazy with desire for you. Now, these are just a few examples that I have shared with you. If you're ready to tap into her sexual imagination, make her fantasize about you the entire day and make her completely addicted to you, click the link in the description below and watch that video. That's the first link you should click. And if you want more details, subscribe to my newsletter, which is the second link. And also, if you like this content so far, give this video some thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and smash that bell notification to get notified whenever I upload new videos here on YouTube. But here's another thing that most coaches don't share with you, at least not for free. To turn her on, you also need to know how to treat a woman the right way. Your behavior always matters, as well as your body language, that you show her respect and compliment here. Surely you don't want to be a dull guy who just sit and talk like a robot. Be exciting, guys. We all have had a mother who told us to play nice when we were kids, haven't we? Especially if you played with someone who was younger than you, or with a girl, right? Bad boys seem to get all the girls you ever had a romantic interest in. However, what she's turned on with is very different than anything you or I would be turned on by. Because, as I told you before in this video, she wants to be adored and feel irresistible. I will tell you that it is possible to be both a gentleman and get the girl at the same time. So, what's the secret recipe, you might wonder? Well, there's no rocket science here, because the recipe is to use confident language, good manners, and a pinch of naughtiness that will make her your girlfriend forever. You can even explain to her how much she turns you on, how bad you want her, and similar things, without crossing that thin line of being too offensive to her. But why do words work so well on women? If you don't know why words work well on women, it's because of the power of imagination. When you start to think about someone who is not present, you fall in love with that person. What Lawrence Lanoff also reveals in that video is that sex happens in the body, eroticism happens in your mind, which is entirely accurate. Language is your way into her mind and into her emotions. Language is the ultimate sexuality hack, so to say. And if you want all the nitty-gritty details, click the first link in the description below and check out that video. If you decide to purchase it, I will earn a commission from your purchase, but without any additional cost to you. So no matter if you would buy it directly from Lawrence or through my link, you will still get the same thing. But of course, I also want to give you a little bonus. But I won't disclose it here. Email me your receipt when you have purchased it, and I will share my surprise with you. Because in Lawrence's video, you will finally be able to understand the sheer power of words and turn her on, because you know how to express yourself. You know how to verbalize your profound desire for her. Trust me, women love men who can express their feelings and desires for the woman they already adore. And she wants to feel adored, as I told you before. The video will help you to make that happen. And if you want some more words to say to her, I think you will appreciate a little bit more about what I have to say here. Because now has come the time, since this is a review, to talk about the pros and cons of the language of lust. As I already explained, words are important to turn her on. However, if you use the wrong words, you will actually turn her off rather than turning her on, and thereby ruin any chance you might have had with her. For that reason, I decided to share some words to turn her on. And in the full Language of Lust program, you will get the real words that turn her on. Below or above, I have just shared some examples that you will hear Lawrence talk about in the video. And yes, there will be a little bit more words coming up right after this. The winning phrases to get her inside of the bedroom with you and between your sheets. The failing phrases that you should avoid and that will ruin your chances with her. Words that will blow her mind and make her want to blow something else too. You already know what I'm talking about, right? And in the video you will also discover why women hate wimps and how you can avoid being seen as a whimper in front of her. All I'm going to ask you now is, would you rather watch a video to make it happen sooner rather than later, or would you prefer to fail miserably on your own and maybe even give up? If you choose the second option, I honestly wish you the best of luck with your trial and error, because you will probably fail. Unfortunately, guys, that's how we are. We want to do things in our own way, and then we most likely fail. However, if you want to succeed and get her in the sack ASAP, click the first link in the description below and get that girl. As Felicity Keys said in one article I read in preparation for this review, be a gentleman on the streets and quite naughty between the sheets. Or something similar, I should say. I don't recall it really. But I will share 2 cons that I have found about the Language of Lust with you. The first one is that it is only available through digital downloads. However, on the flip side, the Language of Lust is fully accessible from any device and works on computers as well as tablets and smartphones. The second con is that if you, for some reason, have any problems or moral issues with using the right words to turn her on, get her between the sheets for long nights of endless lovemaking with hot, stunning, beautiful women, then I guess the Language of Lust is just not for you. If you don't have any problems with that, however, you will love the Language of Lust program by Lawrence Lanoff. Are you ready for sleepless nights of hot, steaming sex with gorgeous, stunning women who can't wait to be ravaged by you? If you are, you know what to do. Click the first link in the description below. Watch that video and sign up to that program. Now I will talk a little bit about what you can say to a woman to turn her on. To make it work properly, you need to know what to say to a woman to turn her on, and not just using words. And you do this by telling her things like, "Good Lord, you are sexy. Do you have any idea how much you turn me on? My body is tingling all over, thinking about what I'm going to do to you when I see you tonight. Thoughts of you have made me so distracted today. I'm thinking of so many deliciously naughty things right now." She wants to know that you are turned on into her preferences, her needs, her likes, and that you need her as much as she needs you. You also need to show her that her experience matters. The best way to do it is actually by asking her a few questions, like, what does it feel like when you are really humming with desire? What are some things that really turn you on? Have you ever been surprised by something that turned you on? If you want all the details, you already know what to do. That's right, click the link in the description below. And in fact, Lawrence uses a ton of winning phrases to use along with some dangerous phrases that you should avoid using on women as well. I have only shared a few phrases that may work with you in this article. It is equally important to know what to say to turn her on as it is to know what to not say to her and turn her off. There is unfortunately a plethora of bad advice out there for guys just like you, and some of them are manipulative, slimy and unethical, and you should stay away from them. A smart guy like you, and I know you're smart because otherwise you wouldn't have been watching this video, you already know that there has to be a better way, and I'm happy to inform you that there is, and you will find it in the first link in the description below if you just want to watch Lawrence's video, and the second link if you want to sign up to my newsletter, and you probably also want to give this video some thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and smash that bell notification to get notified whenever I upload new videos here on YouTube, which I frequently do, normally around weekends, because I know that you need these kinds of dating tips on the weekends. I wish you all the best. Have an amazing day. Happy dating. See you in the next video. Bye.